section. Let's move on to we'll transition to NBA, but before we do so, I wanted to touch real quick on Kawhi's sister and the incident that just happened with her.
Yeah, so Kawhi's sister is actually the second one in her family to commit a murder, I guess. The first one was of a NBA franchise and a city. The second one of some old lady, I guess. I don't know what's more important to you, but fuck you, Kawhi, you piece of shit.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Joey, I didn't mean that. That last part, I guess.
Hey, talking about he's crying too. He thought he was gonna go to the Lakers.
So, for those of you that don't know, Kawhi's sister just recently was apprehended for being believed to have committed a murder at I believe a casino. It was at a casino. I forget where, but she committed a murder. She robbed this old lady, cracked her skull, which eventually resulted in her death.
Which, I mean, which of us haven't done that?
Yeah.
No? All right.
Oh,
man. He starts sweating. Oh.
Anyways,
can y'all get up real quick? I gotta go.
a prosecutor moved to have her held without bail because he feared that with her family ties, she would easily post bail and flee the country. So, I mean, it's kind of sad that a celebrity's family member would do this and not understand I mean, first of all, committing a murder is horrible, but you're also dragging down your family with you indirectly by dragging your name through the mud like that. And now his name's going to be synonymous with this incident.
I'm gonna say this. I don't care. Honestly, if this didn't have Kawhi Leonard's name attached, somehow they found a way to attach it just to make the story more relevant.
Absolutely.
But I honestly don't see how. I mean, this will.
It doesn't affect him, but it affects the family, you know?
I honestly feel this way. I feel like KSAT finds any excuse to still talk about Kawhi. And as a San Antonio fan, we need to get over it. We really do. Especially the media. I just feel like KSAT's always mentioning something Kawhi. Like I see it on I see it on my newsfeed. Like Kawhi took a shit and it's on KSAT. like how dare he? Like wow, it's like the hate for him is real.
So I just want to point out a quick thing to everyone listening. Axel said he does not care about murderers. Just want to get that thrown out there. Joey's going to cut that out later. We're just going to have it play on loop.
I don't care the ones that pertain not to me.
So go ahead and murder kids. Listen.
Moving on. Let's talk about the
You like that?
the American team in the FIBA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think so far? They just beat Greece, which I didn't think was going to happen as easily as it did, but gosh damn it, did pop game plan for Giannis.
Can I be 100% honest with y'all?
Mm-hmm.
I have not watched a single FIBA game this year.
I mean, who has?
Exactly. I remember sitting down and watching whenever we always had those fun teams with stars. And I can't do it this year, man. I want the guy who I go out and watch every week, the number one guy, be Donovan Mitchell, who puts up 13 points. At least some of the LeBron Melo teams, Melo is putting up 30. God, I hate watching Melo, but still something. The leading scorers maybe scored 20.
I mean, the score of this past game was 50. It was like...
It was 63 to 50 something, I think. It was a... What was it?
I think it was 67 to 53.
It was 69 to 53.
Yeah, there you go.
69. Just don't throw that in there.
USA doing it right, baby.
For the
I
one...
mean, to be fair, this team isn't very watchable because half the NBA superstars dropped out. Well, not half. All of them dropped out from consideration.
Which is very annoying.
It is.
It's very annoying that, and I've expressed this plenty of times to you guys, privately, that it is really annoying how ESPN is consistently going after this particular group, saying, how it's not the most well-picked team, and it's like, well, what is there to pick? Like, it's not like LeBron and Curry and Harden were all lining up wanting to be, and then Pop just was like, nah, I don't want you guys. I'm gonna go with this other. And
I mean, PJ Tucker almost made the team.
yeah, that's bad.
He pulled out. PJ Tucker pulled out. Brooke Lopez.
The only time he has
Yeah.
done anything.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Would, if they just went out and said, hey, Duke basketball team, Coach K, we're going to grab all of your guys from this past team. We're going to have y'all and have a veteran 3-point shooter. JJ Redick, let's say. We're going to have y'all and JJ Redick, and y'all are going to be Team USA this year. Would y'all watch that? That would be, I think personally, that would be way more interesting, and it would be a way better
It's
team.
because they have 3-point shooters.
It's
though.
because they have 3-point shooters. But on top of that, you have guys that have already played with each other a lot, like a Duke basketball team would. So
You're taking last year's Duke team
last year's Duke team with of
JJ
course,
Redick.
with a JJ Redick type player, someone that can
That
just
would
sit
be
back,
fun to watch. It
like
would.
a Joe Harris from the.
He's on the team now.
He's on the team.
No, I know, but I'm saying him and that Duke basketball team with all the dunkers, but a team that's been together for a year, or even if you go an NBA team, if you get a whole NBA team, for instance, the
So are
Spurs.
you saying they should go like under 19?
Yeah, why not?
Or
At that
under
point,
20? Keep it young.
if you could get a Virginia Tech team, a team that's been together for a while, and a
Do you
star
think
per
Do
se,
you think that team would do well against teams like Spain,
Nope.
Brazil?
I don't know. We'll
France?
find out. You think a Zion Williamson, R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish, and J.J. Redick wouldn't? From last year's Duke team, you don't think they do pretty okay?
That's just it. They'll do okay. But I don't see them.
I
winning.
think this team is doing just okay, if even.
Hey, they haven't lost.
We've had 4 games, and we already lost one of the placement games.
That was a placer.
Exactly.
That's nothing.
It's the same thing, though.
We're gonna win.
We are going to win. We win every fucking year. We have the best athletes in the world.
Except in 2004.
Yeah, we're not talking
When
about
Ginobili
that.
showed us what's up.
Fucking yeah, exactly. But no, we have the best athletes in the world every year, so we should win. It shouldn't be close. We watched LeBron and Kobe and Timmy do fucking badass 10 years ago now.
Sorry. I
Yeah.
ate popcorn.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Oh, that's gross.
I don't know. I feel like the superstars should just be held accountable for withdrawing. And I understand. And this was the thing that me and Esteban were talking about the other day.
I'm a bad man.
Was like, sure, I understand like LeBron, Harden, Curry. They all feel like they're in the hunt. Well, you know what? Actually, no, Curry, you're not in the hunt this year. So he should be.
Curry should be on the team. I agree.
And that's what we were talking about. Like, let's be realistic with some of these superstars that aren't in the hunt. Like, are you serious? You're not gonna win this year. It's like
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler,
Jimmy Butler.
Devin Booker, Carl Anthony Towns. Like, there's a bunch of players that it's like, get real. Bradley Beal, get real. Y'all are not going anywhere. What are y'all doing?
I agree.
Like, what are y'all
100%.
doing? Like, I guess family time and whatever, but I better
So-
see them all at home and not in nightclubs then.
At the same time, let's not forget the Paul George injury. That was during Team USA versus Team USA play. We'll never forget that. All of us, I don't know if y'all watched it live like I did, but that was brutal. And so that's the only reason I'm okay with the main guys on their team missing out. Because the Pacers, I didn't watch Pacers game that year.
Come Olympic time, they're all going to not pay attention to what happened to Paul George.
Oh yeah, for sure. Easy.
They're going to ignore it because they want
Yeah.
that gold medal on their
Yeah,
resume.
for sure.
It
That's-
shouldn't be.
It shouldn't.
Mhm.
That's not fair.
If
the players
US
putting in the work now.
If U.S. pulls it off this year, I just say Pop should just run it with those guys.
Run it back.
Mm-hmm.
And then we lose Australia.
You know
Nothing
what?
would make me happier. Patty Mills gets
At
a
that
gold.
point, Patty Mills, you're
Patty
going to
Mills
get a
and
fat
Ben
extension
Simmons.
here in the U.S.
And Andrew Bogut.
Yeah.
Not
Bro
him.
handles.
I hate him.
So we can all agree, though, Team America is going to win.
America.
Oh, yeah.
America.
America.
I feel like we were panicking. I feel like
We
the
were.
minute that we lost against Australia in an exhibition, everyone panicked.
Mhm.
It was just by one
Kind of-
point, too.
Okay. All right,
No
guys.
point.
That's going to wrap up our FIBA's talk. We're going to transition to one of our favorite topics, which we can go on and on for, NBA. We're going to start off with Axel's take on Spurs talk.
Well, basically what it is I'm going to, just kind of a little bit of changes that have gone through the Spurs.
DeMar DeRozan MVP.
Whoa. Oh.
little changes that gone through the, throughout the, I guess you could say from like April to now type of thing, and then see how we feel, if those will impact in any sort of way, and what I guess the Spurs, what they should do for the future, or what's our expectations. So for starters, in July, R.C. Buford was actually promoted, so he's no longer the GM. He's actually now the CEO.
Wow.
So
That's good.
his assistant, the assistant GM, Brian Wright, actually took over now. So not too sure how that's gonna work. It's not like we always did big signings. So.
No, but I do like the move giving R.C. Buford more power because he's made phenomenal choices, especially when it comes to the organization. I mean, he brought Kawhi for George Hill.
You know what that
How
was
dare
for?
you.
Well, but also RC, I think his contract was coming to an end, and it was time for promotion, or he might have walked. And there's no way San Antonio would have wanted something like that.
Oh no!
Because they would have took another team just to come in and offer him a little bit.
Are you
more.
talking about George Hill?
No, RC.
Oh yeah, nobody.
RC.
Teams would have jumped at the offer.
Oh yeah.
To get R.C. Buford. Are you
So I
kidding
think
me?
the Spurs needed to secure that and pump him up.
Absolutely.
Give him all power.
Absolutely.
Fires pop.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Pop, if I'm not mistaken, is the president of basketball operations, right?
Yeah.
He's like the only successful.
So that happened.
Mhm.
We had 3 drafts in 2019, which is
Big drop pick.
Yeah, a little bit more than usual because we're used to just 2. And we're used to them being in the 20th. So our first one came in 19, so not too bad.
A teen.
I love them teams.
So
I take that back.
we drafted a Luka. So the
The
last
goat.
name is not Doncic, just Samanic.
Same thing.
So almost there.
Is he
Keldon Johnson.
is
from
he tall and
Kentucky.
white? The
Yes,
Sluka?
he actually is. He's a power forward.
Mm-hmm.
He's 6'11", but he only weighs like 227.
Damn, he's small.
He's
I took a
skinny.
shit that was 229 this
Oh,
morning.
God. Wait, we got Keldon Johnson at 29th from Kentucky, shooting guard.
Mhm.
And then Quinn Weatherspoon from Mississippi State, another shooting guard.
I mean, it sounds like they filled needs.
So
Mhm.
all these players, unlike the other, past times, they were actually playing in the summer league, because this guy, the first one, is actually a European guy, and you
Yeah.
know those take forever for us to even see.
Like 3 years most of the time.
Yeah,
First
and
one
they were
over.
actually out already. They all played all 5 games. They all showed, good potential. I was actually looking up the stats. I don't have them all, unfortunately.
One of the Spurs players was playing phenomenal this offseason.
It was Walker.
Was it?
It's
Lonnie
Walker. Yeah, Lonnie Walker. I don't count it, though. He's already played NBA games. Of course he's going to show out all
he's
these
played-
summer league
He's
guys.
played G League games, not really NBA.
He's had some NBA
He might
time.
have played 1 minute.
No, he definitely had NBA
Well, he
time.
has
sure he
NBA
did.
experience, but like 10, 15 years.
Easy rookie of the year.
Rookie.
Lonnie Walker.
That's what I was gonna say. So that's that. We re-signed Rudy Gay. So last year was
Gay?
actually, I don't know if it was you that told me you don't like Rudy Gay.
I don't like Rudy Gay. I remember Rudy Gay when he was with the Kings. I never really liked him. When he was with Memphis, I never really liked him. I almost made a bad joke. But yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of Rudy Gay. I'm really not a fan of him as a starter with the Spurs.
You want to hear something crazy? So last year he played 68 games, which is not too bad. Decent
Yeah,
amount.
that's a lot of games actually.
It was actually his most efficient year last year.
Really?
That's
He
what
had
the Spurs do for
50% field goal percentage.
Wow.
I know, and he was averaging 13 points.
Solid.
Not terrible.
No, not bad at
he's
all.
Really good. So, I mean, yeah, like you just said, Pop, really gets the best out of them. Or the system, which
Yeah.
is
The
Pop.
system
Same
produces
thing.
the player.
Yeah. And we signed DeMar Carroll.
DeMar
Carroll.
That is an
Yeah.
underrated pickup because he's
His great defense.
He's a great defender and a 3-point shooter.
And it would have almost
Decent
been
three-point
better when we were going to get...
Markeith Morris, baby.
Oh, that dude.
Markeith.
And then he cancels, and then we end up with Trey Lyles.
But you know where he went?
Which...
New York, baby.
I don't know too much
That's
about Trey
stupid.
Lyles. I feel like I've heard his name, but I don't know too much about him.
Who?
Markeith?
No,
Trey Lyles is from Utah, I believe. No, it's Utah or Denver.
I think
I think it
Utah.
was Denver.
Was it?
I'm not too sure.
That's how important he is. You like Denver and you have no idea. You
Yeah.
like Utah and you have no idea.
Yeah. Wow,
And
that is so true.
And that is how great Trey
He
Lyles
plays
is.
for Portland.
Yeah.
We're like way off. So obviously we didn't make a big splash.
Yeah.
And that we're used to
That
that.
we know of. Nobody thought Kawhi was a big splash at the time.
True.
Nobody
It took-
thought Ginobili was a big
All right,
splash.
I'm gonna go on a limb. Luka looks real good.
Or
If
you
he
like
gains 40
any
pounds.
white guy named Luca.
Just all one of them right
Oh,
now.
yeah, exactly.
Um.
You're 1 for 2.
So other changes. Tim Duncan joined the coaching staff.
Awesome. Love to
Yeah,
see it.
it doesn't. I don't
So-
think he.
What was that for? It was more of a publicity.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
always
legacy
public. It's the same thing as bringing in what's the female coach?
Becky Hammond.
Exactly.
Oh,
She's
actually
actually the
She's
top
good.
executive coach right now.
Sure, that's awesome.
Top assistant.
Tell me about when the Arizona Cardinals hired the female coach 2 years ago. Sorry, guys. No, I don't hate women, but no, I think it's more of a publicity thing. Same thing.
She coached the Spurs summer league team. I think last year or the year before to
Mm-hmm.
the championship.
And the guy, there was also the guy in what was it, Phoenix? Where is it? God, the main coach, Budenholzer.
Budenholzer?
Yeah, Budenholzer. He was great, and he was also one of our assistant coaches. We have all these badass assistant coaches. I mean, Popovich tree goes everywhere and is great.
So
You think it was a lot more on Becky Hammond
So
or that great team that had?
I'm not sure where you're getting at. I don't know if you're
No.
for her or against her.
I don't hate her, but I'm just saying that team also wasn't that the team with Simmons.
Might have
Summer
been.
that was
I
a summer
think
league
so.
Yeah,
team
might have
where
been,
he was
yeah.
also the MVP. So
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
put
yeah.
that more on the badass play of a Simmons MVP, where he also came out, played with the NBA Spurs, or the Spurs NBA team, and also did
That had to have
badass?
been 2017 then, when he had the breakout season for the Spurs and actually helped carry them in the Western Conference.
Never
Finals.
forget that Curry block.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season. Oh, it came to a realization of how great he was,
Yeah.
and then I orgasmed. Damn it! Cut that.
On top of that,
Absolutely not.
Derek White has been playing in FIBA.
I love the idea because FIBA,
Keeps him more active.
it keeps you active and it keeps you in game shape and it actually develops you. That's why
Tears his ACL.
Oh, God.
Don't do
He's
it.
just doing so well.
So it helps mature you as a player. It helps mature your game.
As Skip Bayless would call it with Derek White, scary hops. God, that was so dumb. But I still love Skip Bayless.
I do like Skip Bayless.
I hate them all. I don't pay attention to any ESPN, Fox, anyone.
Ouch.
I hate you all.
You just fucking leave, okay?
I know. I don't like Skip Bayless.
And for the next 20 minutes, Mark won't be here.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Pop did
That's
sign.
what you get.
Pop did sign 3 more years.
Mhm.
Murray's coming back.
Go. Pop resign?
But remember, we talked about this. 3 years.
We did.
Three extra years.
Mhm.
Murray's coming back. San Antonio's super high on this guy. I don't really personally like him. I think all he does, which is not a small task, is he's a good defensive guard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a shooter. He doesn't really look like a playmaker.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just don't.
We can't figure him out because we haven't seen enough of him.
Last time
He
I saw
played
him.
for a full season 2 years ago, or
Yeah,
was
yeah.
it? Yeah, he was shit. Not shit.
I don't.
I like him if he's my backup point
Point
guard
guard, yeah.
that plays for 15 minutes.
His highest ceiling is George Hill, in my opinion.
That's I trust in Pop. I like his decision making thus far. I mean,
Mhm.
he's maximizing DeMar DeRozan.
True.
Right?
Well, these are all basically the changes that have happened, this offseason.
Mhm.
Which, you really have to go digging for this type of stuff because,
Yeah, no
the
shit.
Spurs do all of this really quietly. You never
Oh,
see
yeah.
it. So, I guess where we
Talk
start
shit, get
getting
buttered
at
popcorn.
is what's the ceiling for the Spurs right now?
The best I could see the Spurs is slipping to the 5th seed, and that's I think
That's
Insane.
everything
Yeah.
rolling right.
that's DeMar DeRozan getting a 3-point shot. That's DeJounte Murray having more than 9
Oh,
points.
God. He's having
Dude.
a malfunction here. His
You
teeth are
ever
falling
talk
out.
shit about Mark Hot Pockets Martinez again?
That's
You
over
will get
3.
the
Oh.
buttered popcorn.
I think their ceiling is a 6 seed.
6 seed?
Yeah, I actually had them contending for 8th,
Oh.
and I'll tell you with who.
I think they'll be the 6th seed. No, 7th. 7th, yeah.
Their seed, or the highest they can get is butter popcorn flavor,
Oh, okay.
like 17.
I got 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, I DeRozan isn't the 3-point threat Kawhi was. He's not the defensive threat Kawhi was.
They're both great at mid range.
They are both great at mid range, but LaMarcus Aldridge hogs the mid range, so you can't have 2 mid range three mid range shooters. It doesn't mesh well.
The only thing that I have is both of y'all know this before, we talk about on this or here. I don't think that the 3-ball game is going to be a big deal this year.
You did talk about this.
Like I said, I don't see any team, maybe the Rockets, maybe, but I don't trust 27 missed threes still. They're not gonna torch you the way Golden State would. Like, you could be up by 15 and Golden State just still felt like they were within a reach because of that.
Because they were within reach.
Yeah, evidently they showed Portland what's up in that series. Like, you're up by 18.
Yeah,
that's only a couple of shots for us.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna torch the 3-point line this year. I think the Spurs. Me, just obviously being a Skip Bayless biased type of person here, 4/5 would be the best, and we go into the second round, and maybe I don't know.
Making the second.
No, I don't have them making the second round. I'm saying that's the ceiling potentially if everything goes right. And Kawhi or
if we trade for Kawhi for DeRozan,
if we get Pachulia and then Kawhi happens to be
Tim Duncan decides to play one more year while he's coaching,
he just comes back out with the jersey.
Yeah,
they go up to the camera, the jersey's missing. Come back down, he's right there.
So while we're talking about ceilings, let's jump into our predictions for the NBA playoffs.
Okay.
So we're in the West. We're talking Spurs. You said ceiling 4-5, which is ridiculous.
Nah, man,
but anyway, we'll start with the. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say this one last thing. As far as the Spurs' future goes, I was not aware that LaMarcus and DeRozan's contract is up in the exact same offseason.
Which is next year?
They have 2 more years.
Year after 2021.
So, yeah, just quick one. Do you think they're still with us after that?
No.
They're both.
We go and rebuild after that? With Pop signing 3 years?
No.
Maybe. I wouldn't want to sign them to 1-year contracts.
I wouldn't run back with them.
Did y'all see the rumors about trading DeRozan?
Yeah.
I think I saw Miami, actually.
Yeah, but it was a terrible trade.
Who would they get? Jimmy Butler?
They don't want to.
No.
Yeah, okay.
No. No, I think it was up for picks.
Sorry, I just wanted to throw that in 2 seasons, when Spurs are probably gonna go through a serious dark moment in NBA.
Did you get popcorn?
Yeah, I got fucking popcorn.
I got it 4 times. I got it so much I can tolerate the licorice. Oh,
God.
Rinse it out with the vodka. I don't think they remain.
You don't know.
No. I don't know what they do from there, but
DeJounte Murray is gonna take us all the way, baby. We don't need anybody else.
5, 4, and 7.
Yeah.
DeJounte Murray.
God, I don't know why San Antonio.
Did I just wash down vodka with mixed vodka?
Oh God.
New York Giants, baby.
So, all right, let's go back into the topics thing. I just wanted to throw that in.
no,
there.
that's fine. That is good. Let's finish it up with predictions.
All right, so who wants to go off first in the West?
You brought this up, so you're gonna go first.
All right, in the West, I think the East is more boring, so let's go to the East.
All right,
the West is always more exciting.
Absolutely.
So for
It's like the sides of Joey's bed. Which one is more exciting?
Oh.
The East or West side?
So
he's the West.
East, I have Milwaukee
Mhm.
at 1. I think all of us can agree.
Yeah,
it's gonna
I think
be the
we'll have
Bucks.
Milwaukee 1.
Second, I got Philly.
I also have Philly.
I have Boston.
Wow. That's not that crazy.
That's not really.
Mainly because of the chemistry they're developing in the FIBA World Tournament.
Yeah, that's
Is
pretty
Tatum
big.
still
It's gonna
out?
be huge.
Tatum?
He's out for one more game.
Okay.
Then I got Boston at 3.
I also have Boston at 3.
I have Philly at 3.
Okay, so we just swapped.
Swapped it.
Mhm.
Indiana at 4.
Indiana at 4.
Brooklyn at 5.
Brooklyn at 5.
Detroit.
Detroit.
Wow.
Oh wow! I should have looked at your list.
Wow.
That's my bold prediction for the East. I have Detroit.
The ginger coming in hot
Oh god.
I
has
like Blake Griffin. I like the pickup of Derrick Rose, despite him betraying my Timberwolves.
would that be the highest seed Blake Griffin has ever been? Was
No, with the Clippers, they were the top 3.
oh okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot.
I got Detroit at 5, especially with Dwayne Casey as the head coach.
He was also coaching last year.
Yeah,
They
his
were
first year.
8th.
First year, and they didn't have Derrick Rose. Anyways,
Oh yeah, Derrick Rose really makes them that much better.
Can't
It
wait
wasn't-
till he messes up
it
his
was-
third AC
it was-
that we didn't even know he had.
it wasn't Jimmy Butler last year, guys.
Oh shit. I had Brooklyn at 5. Who did you have?
I have Brooklyn at 5.
Yeah, Brooklyn at 5. Okay.
Yeah.
I have Miami at 6.
I have the Raptors at 6.
I have Brooklyn at 6.
So we all kind of
Yeah, we all
So,
start.
you
We
have
start
Miami.
swaying away.
Yeah, I just feel like Jimmy Butler is
Carries him to a 6.
yeah, it carries him to 6. There's enough talent for him
Mhm.
you know, for that potential.
I
but
can
that's
see it with Eric Spoelstra as the head coach.
I think Spicy P comes out, leads his team to at least a 16. Let's not forget they kind of won last year. Of course, losing Kawhi is huge, but they're a solid team. I mean,
Is it though?
if the Spurs can lose or not lose, if the Spurs can make it pretty far deep without a huge number 1,
I
That's-
will say this.
Are you comparing Nick Nurse to Greg Popovich?
I will say this.
are they?
though.
He's from Archery. I thought Nick Nurse is from Archery.
I don't think so.
No.
I thought he
He's
was.
European.
I like
Nick Nurse is
European.
not European.
Yes, he is.
Nick Nurse, like he coached overseas.
No, I'm not too sure on that. I'm
was
just
like, what the
bullshitting.
I thought he was from Archery. Honestly, I thought he was from the pop.
well,
tree.
according to Joseph,
How dare you?
Toronto would have won anyways without Kawhi. So
Easy. What?
He-
Come on, man.
He probably has him
Oh,
seated
God,
higher.
no. I think he did have him seated higher.
They are the 1 seed. Everyone else.
They're gonna go all the way. 82-0. No,
They're 74 in.
I have Toronto at 7 because I think the same. I just had him a little bit under from what Mark did.
Mhm.
Spicy P. He probably gets even a lot more better this year, especially since there's no Kawhi. And,
I have Toronto at 7. Is that where you have?
Yeah, I have him at 7.
I have Detroit at 7.
Detroit at 7.
Yeah, Blake Griffin has to do something. Again, I guess he can lead his team to the 7th seed.
I
In the
actually
East.
had Detroit at 8th.
I have Magic at 8. I think they go back.
Imagine.
I forgot about
Magic.
Orlando.
They had a great team last year. Let's not forget they did win 1 game against Raptors. 2. They won one of the games
Who's
last
in
year.
here that wasn't in
Miami.
here last year?
Miami.
Miami didn't make it last year.
Miami
Yeah,
did
well,
not
the
make it
Jimmy
last year.
signing is pretty big, I think.
I
Yeah.
had Miami at 8.
I think that they're gonna be like how they were this year. They have a few interesting games, but Jimmy Butler can't do it on its own. They should have kept a Hassan Whiteside type player.
Question:
What that?
Did Jimmy Butler carry the Bulls to the playoffs
When he did it,
when he was in Chicago?
I mean, they went to the playoffs.
That was with Rajon Rondo and Dwayne Wade. Or Rajon Rondo.
Yeah,
Was
Well,
it
even
Dwayne Wade
before-
as well?
yeah.
it was
Well,
Dwayne
even
Wade.
before they
They
made
both
it,
went
but Derrick Rose helped.
No, not with. I'm saying Jimmy B by himself.
Oh no, I don't
Well, he
think
never
did
really
it on
had
his
the
own.
team on his own, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
Didn't they both get shipped out the same year? Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler?
no, Butler stayed longer.
Butler was just traded last year.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season. So
Well, there's no size sample for that because then that
that was your
you-
Dwayne
that
Wade left.
and Rajon Rondo got together.
Yeah, but that he had more help on that Bulls team than he does on Miami. So I don't see it. I see him eighth seed.
It's solid.
Yes.
I got
It's
5
interesting that we
popcorns.
found debate at the 6, 7, and 8 for the East. We pretty much agreed with the heavy hitters.
Okay, what about the West?
The
guys?
West. I have the Clippers at 1.
I also have Clippers at 1.
I think you guys know who I have at 1.
Who do you have at 1?
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh my god. You don't tell me the Nuggets.
I have the Nuggets at 1.
Wow.
I do.
This
I
guy.
still am high on Michael Porter.
Michael
Jr.
Porter
until I'm
Jr.
shown-
is the
Uh,
NBA
he
MVP,
will be.
NBA Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year,
He's gonna win everything.
Coach of the Year for him coaching the Joker. Yeah, Sixth Man of the
He's
Year,
gonna play.
Starter of the Year.
Oh my god.
I do have Denver at 1.
He's gonna beat Michael Jordan for best gambler of basketball. No, I have Clippers. I do have Utah at 2,
I
actually.
have Utah at 2 as well.
I have the Clippers at 2.
Okay. I have Lakers at 3.
Lakers at 3 as well.
Houston.
Wow. I like
I
that.
don't think it's that crazy.
Houston's
think
a
from-
great regular season
I think
team.
from 3 to 5.
Houston-
like,
3 or 5 is gonna be close.
Yeah. I feel like Clippers run away. That's just my opinion.
Mhm.
They'll probably win the West by like 5-8 games.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it's gonna be closer, but yeah.
I don't believe they win the West, so
Yeah.
Kawhi will sit too many games.
Like,
I
they got
have-
another guy, I think.
Paul George.
Oh, that's the guy.
Yeah.
And they got
He
can
a
carry.
really good cast with that.
Yeah.
I think.
I have him at 2.
I have Denver after Lakers
At
at 4.
Go ahead.
I have Portland.
I have
Wow.
Portland at 4. Portland always gets to that 4th seed. Always.
Yeah, they always find a way to.
Yeah.
Like they're flirting in the 7th, like 7th, 6th, and then they just
go
find a
into it.
way of.
Yep.
They find a way to go in and then lose in the second round every year.
It's not this year.
Not this year.
They win
No,
a
no,
Western
no.
All Conference Final.
Western Conference Finals.
Hey, that
Sweat.
means something. How many times did Joseph bring it up that Houston's
Western
gone so many
Conference
times?
Finals.
It's a big thing to him.
James Harden single-handedly.
Hey, the Whiteside pickup was huge
I
up
have
for them.
Houston
Yeah.
losing to Utah.
I have Houston at my 5 seed.
I have Houston at 5 as
I
well.
have Lakers at 5.
I have the Warriors at 6.
I have Denver at 6.
Utah.
I have Spurs at 7.
I have Spurs at 7. as well.
Golden State.
Ugh, I just can't. Blazers at my 8 seed. I think they take a little bit of a step back. If step back is jumping from 4 to 8, that's a pretty solid team still, obviously.
Your 8th seed.
My 8 seed is Golden State.
My 8th seed is this is where it gets a little tricky for me. It's a toss up between Dallas and San Antonio.
Wow, Dallas.
I think the Spurs are going to be fighting for their playoff lives and their playoff streak this season.
I think
And Dallas is going to be a legitimate threat.
New Orleans and Dallas are gonna be really. I honestly feel like Zion's gonna make
New
a
Orleans
big
will,
impact too.
will fade out towards the end of the season.
I could see
If they rest
New
him.
Orleans winning 35 games. Like they start off really good, then they'll start losing games right after that All-Star break. I think, or like right before or right
Yeah.
after. I could see them have a big losing streak, and no one talks about that losing streak.
So clearly we're going to have different takes here.
On the West,
Obviously,
yeah.
mine's more accurate.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, the Denver Nuggets and Michael Porter Jr.
MVP, man.
MVP is gonna go play baseball. Have 73 home runs.
So that takes care of the seeding predictions. What about individual awards? For Rookie of the Year, who do you got?
Michael Porter Jr.
Do you? Wow. Do you really?
Take a shot. Take a
No,
shot.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
No, I have RJ Barrett.
Oh wow.
Did Zion die?
No.
No,
Oh,
it's
I
Zion.
just think RJ's impact is going to be
His impact is
His
gonna
His
be
impact,
so.
they're not even in the playoffs. You know?
Yeah.
his not his impact, but his impact on the team itself is going to be more valuable to the team as opposed to Zion. Zion has a great cast around him.
I'm gonna look right into the camera for this. Both cameras. I like the New York Knicks. Yeah, I'm gonna do the cross-side thing. I like the New York Knicks. They're gonna have 24 wins this year, and RJ Barrett's gonna be the reason for all 24. Zion Williamson's gonna win it, Rookie of the Year.
I think he won it the minute
He got drafted. Yeah.
Literally.
He can get injured. He's
He
still
could.
gonna win it.
He
I'm-
can only play 5 games and he's still probably gonna
Yeah.
get it. The hype around him is so huge.
I know you're a big NBA fan, Joey. You know he has the highest dunking rating in the game.
That's trash. He hasn't even played an NBA game.
Now you know why. Now you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
He's not playing a single NBA game. He has the highest, at least, of players that are currently playing, other than the Hall of Famers. He has a 98 dunk rating in 2K.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that just shows you how loved he is. And 2K takes their ratings pretty serious.
Mm-hmm.
MVP.
Steph Curry.
Michael Porter Jr. No, I think Giannis has a shot going back to back. I think there's a lot of love for Giannis right now.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if he carries the Bucks
If
back.
he can develop his 3-point shot, I can see that happening.
Yeah.
That MVP award's going to stay in LA. So it's going to be either LeBron or Kawhi. One of them's taking it. I think the league right now, just media and everything, is just so in love with Los Angeles right now because I think, just the city in general is back on the map. Dwight Howard. So,
Anthony Davis, dark horse for MVP.
it's so funny because I actually put it as most improved. I put Dwight Howard.
I have Steph Curry as MVP. Most improved is...
It's a hard
is-
one to think because
that
you
is-
still
How
haven't
awesome
seen
would
it.
How awesome would it be if LeBron James were to win MVP and most improved player
He could.
from last year? Like, because he had a down year for LeBron James. He had a down year. So if he came out, won MVP, also won most improved, that would be awesome.
That was the actual argument for Steph Curry in 2016 because he had won the MVP in 2015
And he got so
and
much better.
his numbers went up super crazy compared to 15 to where people were saying he should have won both.
Yeah.
It's like that would have been I don't even think that's ever happened.
No.
I don't think so.
No, it
That's
hasn't.
crazy if LeBron did.
Yeah, I'll be funny.
Most improved, I think I'm going to go with... I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Donovan Mitchell.
I'm going to go Lonzo Ball, actually.
Okay.
I think
Lonzo
he-
Ball, wow, that's a good one.
I think he's going to be dark horse. He has Zion Williamson to throw up the ball to. It's a solid team around him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to have... I don't think he's going to have a crazy season. He might win an All-NBA second defensive team because he's a solid defender. I don't think he's going to be an All-NBAer, but like first, second, third team. But I think he's going to be solid. He might be a solid part of that almost playoff team in New Orleans. I think I could see him as a good player for it.
Absolutely.
Defensive player of the year.
Go Burr 4 times running, baby.
Oh my god.
Back to back to back to back.
Yeah. I don't know. Giannis was number 2 last year.
I have someone on the Clippers.
Kawhi, yeah, no shit.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh,
Someone,
yeah.
I literally wrote
Oh.
on my notes. Someone on the Clippers.
We'll
It
go
could-
Draymond.
Patrick Beverly.
I mean,
He could.
he
but
could.
I don't think he wins it.
Paul George.
Paul
I mean,
George.
any one of
Well,
them
Paul
could,
George
yeah.
was in the running last year.
What was that other guy's name?
Montrezl Harrell.
There you go. Jesus.
Yeah,
couldn't
they have.
remember his
I mean, they
name.
have a solid
Thank
defense.
you.
Of course, they have a solid defensive team.
I just think someone from that staff. I mean,
think-
from that
I
group.
think-
Damari Carroll, guys, come
Oh,
on.
Jesus.
Where's your
You
home?
joke, but watch he wins.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Coach of the year.
Hey, man, you were just talking about your boy in Detroit. If he takes him to what seed do you have him at? The 4th?
Fifth.
The 5th? If he takes him over there, that would be solid Coach of the Year candidacy.
Yeah, he could.
I mean, they were the
Puts
8th seed
Motor
last
City
year.
back in a first round exit.
He takes
I think
Motor
it's gonna be
City
Steve
back
Kerr.
to a crash.
I think it'll be Steve Kerr
Steve Kerr.
for navigating Golden State back to the playoffs with the limited roster they have right now.
Limited roster. They have a 2-time NBA
Limited
MVP,
roster.
2-time Defensive Player of the Year. Limited roster.
That's what everybody's making it
All
seem.
NBAers everywhere.
Hey, they got D'Angelo Russell.
They
Yeah.
do. That's what I'm saying. But
It's not like they're lacking offense.
everybody's saying or writing them off that the Warriors are done.
They are
Mm-mm.
this season.
Nah.
Wait till Klay Thompson
if
comes
Klay
back,
Thompson
then
comes back-
you can blow them back up to 4.
Nick Nurse would actually kill Siakam just to have a shot at having one of those Warriors players, by the way. He would put down Siakam and never give him water again in his life.
So Dwayne Casey, is that what you're saying?
I'll say
my
Casey is a rookie or as a dark horse for it.
I got dark horse Dwayne Casey. My front runner is going to be Steve Kerr. No,
Mm,
I change that. I take it back.
Pop. If he makes it,
Rick Carlisle.
ooh, that's a solid one.
Rick
If they
Carlisle.
bounce in the playoffs, yeah.
What's the Pelicans coach's name? I can't remember.
Alvin Gentry.
Nah, he's not gonna get it.
You couldn't
You can't have
remember
a
his
stupid-
name.
you can't have a stupid name like that and win Coach of the Year.
I actually, like I said, I think this whole year is just gonna be like a LA circus. So it's gonna be, yeah, it's probably gonna be Doc Rivers, honestly, just because he has a. If they go
God.
in first season, like if they go in first seed,
Do you think it'll be? I forgot about that.
if they go in first seed and let's say Kawhi does win it, I feel like it just
That's what I think of Doc Rivers, by the way. He is the worst.
Yeah, but like he literally just stumbled onto this jackpot. moment
He's
right now.
He's stumbled onto every jackpot ever. How do you have the original big three and he won one? God,
He
that's
almost
so-
won two.
Almost won two. Kobe was playing terribly that series.
Gasol got away with a cheap move in the paint. In game
Fuck,
7.
dude.
Sounds like
He
that
gets
probably
loved
did happen.
so much for winning one when literally any other coach would have won five. Okay, let's go with that.
Six, man.
Fucking-
6 man.
I didn't write anything down for 6 man because I kept it all right.
D'Angelo Russell.
He's
Nah, he's gonna start.
He's not win that limited roster.
Probably Eric
6
Gordon,
man.
right?
Lou Williams.
Lou Williams is a good pick. Man,
He wins it every other year.
Just keeping the whole trophies in LA, bro.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Lou Williams.
Yeah, I guess
You
Lou.
don't want to do a too early one, like a way too early one.
Finals.
Finals prediction.
Go ahead. It's
Well, my preferred finals would be any LA team with Boston, preferably the Lakers.
just
But
the
I think it's gonna be
history,
the
though.
Clippers.
I say Lakers Philly would be fun.
Lakers Philly, that's a good
Lakers Philly. Original Ben Simmons, which is LeBron times a billion. I don't know, like, yeah, I'd like that.
one. That'd be a pretty good star-studded.
Yeah,
Clippers, Sixers.
That's a
Oh,
good.
yeah.
it's fun.
So we have an LA team reaching.
And I
this
have the Sixers winning.
Wow.
I'm surprised you didn't put Denver in there.
No. Michael Porter needs another.
Michael Porter versus Michael Porter
He's another
for
year to
finals.
Finals MVP would be
someone's gonna win.
Joel Embiid.
MVP for that.
Finals MVP would be Joel Embiid.
Ben Simmons, who has a 60% field goal 3-point shooting in the finals. It's 2 for 3.
But that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to touch up on?
That is it. All right, guys. If you stayed this long, thank you. Please hit subscribe and tune in next week.
Don't forget about the like. We also like likes.
I'll kill myself.
Please
Hit that bell for the notification.